7, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Go Find everybody. It is Thursday, December 17th, 2020. What are you guys doing? How are you tonight? All right? Good? Me too. I was just on Dr. J Radio Live. Had the best time. I did. It was fun. I like it when people ask you something you've never been asked. And he asked me a couple of things I've never been asked. It was a good time, John. You did good. You did great. It was a good time. Pretty. You know the rest. So tonight, we're going to do a little bit of... Oh, by the way, let me say thank you for the super chats already from Mr. DB Cooper. $5. Chad Benson with the $5 super chat. Thank you, guys. And also coming in for $7.50, In Zane with the wonderful super chat. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thank you very much. That's great. That's insane. What a weird life we live. It's almost $10 from Chad. Bad boy, good. I almost messed it up. I did. Another $10 super chat from Chad Benson. He says, thank you very much, guys. Chad Benson, very generous of you guys. It all goes right back in to the show. That's not even a half joke or even a partial lie. It all goes right. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. She's back. Back in the New York, Arizona groove. Oh, come on. Now I got to reset the volume again on this so it's lower. Let me check it. I'm going to leave it where it is. Every time all I did was touch it. Obviously, there's a short in the wire that goes to the microphone. It's happened before. Barely touched it. Tonight we're going to do a little bit of everything, but not really. It's just stuff we don't normally talk about, like Hollow Earth. I thought that would be nice. A little bit of Hollow Earth. Look, here it is. What scientists found inside Earth is earth-shattering. It's not a play on words either. Yeah, and I'm really weird. I wanted that to be about Hollow Earth. Well, we're going to talk about Hollow Earth anyway, and if I can find the article of what oh yeah, I got it right here. What scientists found with many earthquakes being recorded, they got a recording of what it looks like inside, kind of like ground penetrating radar is what it looks like, and they found a weird structure inside Earth. Or something. They don't know yet, but it's structure-like. Oh yeah, and I missed almost all of it. On Third Phase today was the premiere of episode 2 out of 3 for Egypt, review of Egypt with Brian Forrester, myself, and Dark Hours Paranormal, Michael Rozier. So we've got one more episode. We're going to record it tomorrow. Plus, there's some things I'm going to put up on Third Phase tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the fastest growing UFO channel in the world. It's not even a lie. Not even a partial lie. Speaking of lies. Let's do roll call first. Roll call! These are getting short. These are getting longer and longer. I got to make them shorter and shorter is what I tried to say. Who's first? Joe Monk. What do you say, JM? Missy. Dun 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 dun. Andy Crowley. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Andy Cowley. Welcome. From the UK even. What a beautiful thing. This is what I just love. Big Cat. Just picture empty oil fields. Yeah, no doubt. Mr. D.B. Cooper, 7 is in the house. Welcome. The Bee's Nest Films is back in action. Came through the side door. We got rid of the back door. It's all bricks now, in case you haven't noticed. Red Panda. Hey, you and me, we friends now. On Facebook, hey, everybody's like, what does he mean? I got to slow down. Something's wrong with me today. Got to slow down. Paranormal Theory. Rick Cianci, formerly known as Rick's Realm. Welcome to the show. Stu Gerson. If they made men like you, we wouldn't need Stu Gerson. But we need Stu Gerson. Without Stu Gerson, his whole planet's in disarray. Welcome to the show, Stu. Coral Ann in the TV said, how you doing, Coral? Hey, anybody turn the channel yet? She's still stuck in there. Welcome. IR Film, how are you? Welcome to the show. Is that it? Oh, there's more. I can't do it. Cashew Gazoon welcome to the show. Alien Girl, uno. Who else do we got? Reekin Havoc 215. He's the guy who's still alive. B Baker's in the house. He's like, why are you singing B Baker? 2 B's are better than 1. Stuart Bodwell, welcome to the show. How are you? Good to see you. VPXM, I think we've got somebody who's new. Hope I don't scare you away too with the boredom. It's a very boring show. Everybody leaves and comes back, right? It's the most boring show you could ever get to. That's enough for tonight. If I didn't get your name, I'm sorry. Mario Heat, didn't want to forget you. I saw you at the last second. I don't want to forget anybody. But, you know, we only have so many. It's 10 after, so I got to stop anyway. Welcome, everybody. I have a feeling it's going to be a slow night. We're not going to see the big crowds like we normally get, right? We're almost tipping at 100 now, almost any show. Any show, we can get to 100 live. Remember when we were at 25 and 30? That was a year ago. No, that can't be right. Doesn't matter. Nostalgia. Where are we? Well, let's take a look at the... Okay, so I've got Hollow Earth. We're going to talk some near-death experiences. We haven't talked about that in a long time. I checked the records. We got to do it. We got to do it. And there's some other things. Well, Mandela. We got a little bit of a Mandela effect. Nothing, just one. It's easy, I think, but I want to see if you get it right. See if you figure it out. And we've got Twitter to talk about. I'll play a clip from today's third phase premiere. Let's just do that now. We'll get that out to the fore. Because we've been talking, and I love talking about ancient technologies. Love it. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. I think it is my favorite thing. COVID to talk about. Uh-oh. Okay, let me turn this off. Something turned on. It's one of my favorite things to talk about, period. I can't tell you how much I love talking about that. Hold on, I'm getting there. Spare, where's me? I had it right here. I'm flicking through. Yeah, you know, that's just the way life goes sometimes. I knew it wouldn't show up. Why would it? No reason to. Oh, I made it easy for myself, and I forgot I put a shortcut. There it is. All right, me and Michael, we've been talking about the Brian Forrester series here with megastructures, damage to them. You know, really good back and forth. Good chemistry. It's a good thing. Talk about the destruction. Göbekli Tepe. As if I say it wrong one more time, that's it. It's over for me. It's over for me. We get into a lot of stuff here. I'm looking for something that I think would be interesting for now. I got the whole show to work with. Oh, this looks good. Let's talk about this. Well, I'm just going to play it. It's a little bit of advertising for third phase, but what the hell? It has to do with me. and Dark Hour Paranormal and the new channel. Well, rebuilt, renewed, refurbished, third phase. I don't care. I love me a story like this. And that doesn't matter who. I go to StreamYard. I did it again. I like talking about it, so we're going to talk about it. Capiche? All right, let me open it up wide. I know you like that. There we go. In 3, 2, engage.
Vantage point for any of us that something like this could exist. It was sort of like existing in between two worlds. So you had etheric
That's not where I had it.
Physical.
Blake talked about, you know, things being underwater now and we can't find them or get the secrets of what happened. But what are your thoughts on what you just saw?
Yeah, it's sort of a continuation on what we were just discussing. You know, it keeps coming back to me that Atlantis, as it's been reported, was, again, not only physical, but there was a very metaphysical counterpart to it. And, you know, the way that we would look at it today, you know, we don't have anything to parallel that in our current reality that I'm aware of. So there's a lot of detail that goes into the story of Atlantis and why it actually sunk. Now, there's this
Kerplunk.
physical and geographical data that suggests we've been under some sort of cataclysmic event. Maybe that was tied into the consciousness of those that were in this area, or even those that existed on the Earth at the time. I think there's just so much more to the story that we'll eventually uncover as time goes on. If we weren't supposed to, I don't think we'd even know about this anymore.
But you said this before. What do you mean metaphysical? Atlantis was more metaphysical than we are, maybe not even now today. I mean, what do you mean by that?
Although there was a physical counterpart the way that you and I exist, they were closer to a non-physical world as well. So from my understanding, again, it's very hard to imagine from this vantage point for any of us that something like this could exist. It was sort of like existing in between two worlds. So you had etheric beings there that had a bit of solidity, and you had others who were more organic and part of the physicality, the third dimension. A lot of what happened in Atlantis, even within its own structures and so forth, dealt very, very closely with the consciousness, the collective consciousness of all those involved.
Do you know how they did this? Was it through meditation? Was it through medication?
Again, from my understanding, this is just something that naturally occurs at certain points in time based on the Yuga cycle. The Earth itself goes through its own undulations of consciousness. So I believe it's 26,000 years, give or take, to complete a full cycle. Essentially, again, this relates to consciousness. If Atlantis was at the very top at the 12 o'clock point, where this is as enlightened as we can maybe get, at a certain point, the fluctuation, again, the natural fluctuation, as we fall, we lose that consciousness, and maybe down at the 6 o'clock point are the dark ages, where we don't remember who we are, no connection to source, no writing, communication is not anything more than rudimentary. So that would be indicative of a lower consciousness. So in my belief, I think Atlantis existed at a time where those sort of levels of consciousness and enlightenment were much more accessible because of where we were collectively in our understanding of things.
That just blows my mind. I don't think about this stuff. This is why Michael's a real pleasure to have on the show, because he can say the things that I don't know. And well said. Now, the one thing I liked about what he said is that even the Earth is kind of like metaphysical in its way. Like, it's alive. It's got its own energy, its own chi. It's got, what we have. I believe that. I've said it before that I always thought the Earth is alive. I know it's weird. Maybe it's a machine. But don't you get the feeling it almost is alive? It's no, not me. I don't I really don't get that feeling. I feel like there's a lot of activity with the Earth, but I wish it was alive. I want it to be alive, I guess. And I don't want Mother Earth to feel the pain of us digging in and scooping up all the stuff that is Mother Earth, and creating buildings and tunnels and just taking and taking and taking and not replenishing, or giving Mother Earth the chance to replenish. That's got to be a horrible feeling for Mother Earth. Well, then people will say, well, that's why they blow us up with volcanoes and hurricanes and violent weather and, did I say earthquakes? Volcanoes, tidal waves, tsunamis. I don't know. It's nice to think about, but in a way, I think we all are energy, don't you think? I think we're all energy, and we all feel some sort of pain from Mother Earth, I think, in one way or the other. And maybe that's why we don't live as long as we should, because we're not being fair? No, that doesn't make sense. See, you got to think like this. Like, go back to the cavemen. They didn't really understand dreams and things like that. They probably thought dreams were spiritual in some sense, or something invading them, and they don't understand it. And then we've got to the part in evolution, or whatever you want to, interjection, if you want to call it that, from the aliens, and they gave us this self-awareness and maybe even ponderance, what if, and gave us that type of knowledge just by hitting us with a chromosome and changing everything we know. It's weird. You know, I think during the natural course of evolution, because I do believe in evolution, but then again, I want to believe that we've had alterations done to us by aliens. I want to believe it. Because there's a missing link. We all know it. What is the missing link from where we went from the ape to man? And when did we get that consciousness? When did we get that self-awareness, that spirituality, and looking onto oneself after being alive? I want to know when that change took place. Was it gradual? Or did the next, like, one day you have a baby and that baby was the beginning of the paradigm shift? I think it's more of an ideology than it is a real paradigm shift. I think it's just an ideology. I think it's when you think like that, and then I know people are going to say, well, Rich, that is the paradigm shift. Thinking that way. Everybody's thinking that way, but it's not everybody's reading and feeling and seeing things spiritually. I think we just become aware that there might be life after death. So we create this spiritual world that doesn't really exist. And you're going to say, well, how do you know this? I don't. I'll find out when I die. Well, wouldn't you rather be safe than sorry? And I guess I'd like to live in a place where that's possible. And I think about that, which is why we're talking about near-death experiences. You can't deny near-death experiences at all. We'll talk about that right now, actually. I just saw X-Files Espionage TV with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Mimi here. Well, welcome, Mimi. Oh, Mimi here? Or is your name Mimi? We'll just say X-Files Espionage. We'll say X-Files. Thank you, X-Files, for the super chat. That was very generoso. I like everything Michael said because I want to believe it, and I'm trying to. I'm trying to get into that mindset that it's possible. I've been one way so long. Like, I've always felt that there's something bigger than us. I've tried and I've spoken to God or gods or whatever. I have talked in my mind, asked for forgiveness on things, asked to show me the right path, and asked for a hint. And, we're always asking, do we give? It's always about, anytime I go into meditation, who else is it for anyway? It's for me. That's what I'm doing it for. I'm not being selfish. I'm trying to better myself. But are we supposed to give back? And how do we give back? Do you give back to that way of thinking, the spirit world? I don't know what it's called. Is it the ethereal? Ethereal? See, I'm learning. Hey, Mr. DV Cooper 77 with the $2 super sticker. It's a motion one, and it says 1-up. I got a 1-up. I got an extra life. Oh, that's good. Reincarnation. Love it. That was nice of you too. $2 super chat. That's funny. It's a 1-up. Michael. Only he would get that. It's a very, very weird way to think, I think. Why do we think this way? Why do we have to imagine that there is this spirit world and this afterlife? Is it because of all the stories we've heard of people coming back or being reincarnated? It's a very small amount of people. It's almost like a mistake that they saw behind the curtain. They weren't supposed to see that. Near death, holy mackerel, you're supposed to die. You're not supposed to see beyond that curtain. But some people have. And that, to me, just makes me want to believe. I believe in abductions, and I believe in things like, maybe there are abductions, but they're not of aliens. Maybe they're angels. Maybe those are the angels. There's not a lot of abuse going on, I hear. Yes, people are violated and women and men have been touched in certain ways. I get it. But that's part of the test. The doctor's got to do what he's got to do. X-Files Espionage TV with a $2 super chat saying, cool, man. Well, just cool, but I added the man. Cool. Well, let me see. Right here. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. There's the one up. I know, I forgot to show it. I'm going to play a near-death experience right now. That happened to this woman. It's pretty wild stuff. I think it's... No. Here it is. This woman says, I was looking at Jesus Christ. I want to talk about the things people do see after we watched part of this. Because it's interesting to me, the psychology of a near-death experience, what it has on one's life.
That I thought were just some crazy old legend. It's real. It's a dimension that exists. It's something far beyond anything I could have ever imagined was happening to me.
Jim Woodford, an ambitious, self-made man, earned the nickname Diamond Jim. He was focused on providing a life of luxury for his family.
Oh, I thought this was a woman.
Too big of a problem, he could fix it.
All right.
I thought that was
it's a
my
guy.
way of showing her how much I loved her, cared for our family, was by providing everything that I could.
But Lorraine, a Christian, prayed for something more.
God, please change his heart. Bring him to know Jesus Christ and just make a change in him and deal with this materialistic way.
Over the years, the money and materialism had started to consume Jim as he pulled away from his family.
I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I would say to myself, is this all there is?
Thank you, X-Files.
At 61 years old, Jim was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare incurable disease resulting in chronic pain.
I think I have that.
Electrical current pain in every part of my body, accompanied with paralyzing inability to move.
For the next 5 years, Jim relied on prescription meds to manage the pain.
He was just getting to be a very angry person. The pain was just consuming.
Let's get to the part where, okay, he's got a lot of pain. We get it. He dies. Here we go.
When Jim didn't come home, Lorraine called the police. He was found in his truck unresponsive and was rushed to the hospital.
All right, goes to the hospital, has a couple of problems. Well, when does he come back to life? All right, here we go. We get it.
Right, and there's this incredible vista of beautiful flowers and meadows. And I turned my vision to the left, and that beautiful green grass went from green to brown to scorched to black and dropped off in a crevasse. I saw the most hideous creature you could ever imagine. And I fell back in abject terror, the look of hatred in its eyes for me and all of mankind. But at this point, I turned toward the light and I raised both hands this time and I cried out, God, help me, help me.
All right, got to stop it right there. I mean, when you're dying, it's pretty emotional, wouldn't you say? And a lot of doctors, I guess scientists, I'm not sure who, but think that your brain... Hey, Paranormal Theory, $2 super chat. Dark Hour hasn't accepted his dad buy yet. For $2, thank you very much. Very generoso. Thanks, Rick. Don't you think this is more of a, with near-death experiences, that your brain is maybe misfiring? And it's tapping into a part of your brain. I know, this is funny to even say it out loud. I'm laughing inside. But you're tapping into that part of your brain where your memory imagines what death is like. I'm not buying that. I think you actually tap into the other side, the lack of oxygen or whatever's happening to your brain when you're dying or died. It's starving for something. It's rerouting. It's looking for a way to survive. And I think it taps in to maybe other lives. Maybe that's where all your other lives are, you know? They're all inside of you. They're in there. I don't know. That's a hard one to bite down on and take off with. But what other explanation would there be for this guy getting that emotional by seeing a dark figure stare at him and feeling all the hate that it has for humanity? That's weird. Is it not? Does that feel like a personal... the thing didn't hate him or mankind. All right, let's see what happens next. This is an interesting story. I don't think I've heard this one.
Then, Jim says 3 angels came and took him through heaven.
Oh, thank God.
And I realized I was looking at none other than Jesus Christ, the Son of God.
Holy!
And he looked at me with those violet eyes, and all I heard was... James,
T. Kirk,
what did you do with the life my master gave you? I had no answer. But as I looked into his eyes and he smiled at me, he knew me. I saw such intense love and forgiveness for me who deserved nothing. And that was the moment I was his forever. Whatever was about to become of me, I was his. I loved him, and he loved me.
Now, if this guy worshipped Satan or was into certain practices that weren't friendly towards God, and then he had this experience, that would hold a little more weight, but it's interesting. He's having real emotions. You can tell. It's not something you could fake very easily. I mean, I could. But I'm just saying. This guy felt love from the violet-eyed Jesus. And Jesus says, "What have you done with your life?" What do you mean, what did I do with my life? See, this is a very strange thing. I'm not sure that this is how Jesus would come across. I understand that unconditional love that he felt. That's why he's crying the way he is. I've had that experience twice. I imagine they were dreams, but I died in my dreams. And I don't want to get into this story again, but when I looked back down, I raised up to the ceiling, and when I got to the ceiling, I was able to put my hand. I went to stop myself from hitting, and my hands went through, and only up to my elbows. And from here down, I could barely see. I could see my arms, but I could barely see my fingers. It was all foggy. At that time, I turned around to see if my wife and the dog were awake, and they were sleeping. And as I looked back down on them, I said, I don't know why I don't feel anything for them. I don't even feel like I know who they are. But as I was going up further and moving ever so slowly up into the ceiling in this dream, I felt so much love. I can't explain it to you. It's something you just can't explain. It's like the best feeling ever. And that was at a time in my life where, and you may have heard me talk about why even live. It's like, what else is there to live for? I mean, sometimes I'm not depressed. I'm just questioning things, you know? It's like, I'd be okay if I died. I'm just being logical about it. I don't want to die. I'd rather be here with you. But I'm not afraid of it, especially after that experience. Because at that time, I was questioning whether or not going through all the things I was going through is worth it. And there's people with worse out there, I know that, but everybody shares their own experiences internally, so it's unrelatable, to be honest. My life to some poor person that's living on the streets. Unrelatable. Nonetheless, it was an experience that made me never fear death. And I don't. I welcome it. Doesn't mean I want to die. I mean, I'd rather hang out, like I said, with you fine people, and try to figure out what we can do here in our reality. This near-death stuff, I think it happens to everybody at a point in their life. And I'm not saying it happens when you're 40, 50, 60. I think it happens to certain people at certain points in their lives. They have these experiences, and I'm not talking about a near-death experience at the moment. I'm just talking that pull you back in to life, kind of smack you out of that I don't want to live thinking, and you have a waking up. You feel like, God almighty, I can't believe this. I need to stay around here to help my folks, or I need to stay around here as long as possible for whatever reason. I don't know what I'm doing now. Okay, why is this happening? What are you and I accomplishing here? Seriously, what are we accomplishing? So I'm talking to you, play a video here and there, crack a joke, talk about death, talk about aliens. And why? What is it for? Because we all have the same questions and we want answers. And maybe, be entertained in the meantime. But nonetheless, this guy's story it's for him. This will help him cope. And I think that's what a near-death experience is all about. It's by accident. Okay, you're not supposed to live, or you are supposed to live. I don't know which way it's going. But whatever it is, whatever's happening at that time, it's not supposed to happen. But it does. It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't part of God's plan. It just happened. And this guy had an awakening experience close to death. Let's see how it finishes.
Jim says he wanted to stay, but Jesus had other plans
That's
for him.
right. I didn't want to go back either when I was slammed back into my body. I didn't want to go back. I said, damn it. I was pissed. I was angry. I was so mad that when I woke up from being put down, I got up and walked away. I was so mad. And I said, that figures. I was pissed. Still am.
Go back and tell your brothers and sisters of the wonders we have shown you. Suddenly, I'm in a cold hospital room on a gurney, screaming at the top of my lungs, scared the daylights out of some of the nurses.
And a nurse came out and said, Mrs. Woodford, can you come here with me? And I thought, he's gone.
I'm just overwhelmed that I'm seeing Lorraine again. I said, Lorraine, I saw Jesus, and Jesus has horses.
The more I could talk to him and know that he was sane, I knew God had restored him.
Lorraine realized God had also answered her prayer to break Jim, to remake him.
He was focused on Jesus, and he became much gentler.
And while Jim still has the markers of Guillain-Barré syndrome.
So Jim was a dick. Jim sounded like he was a little bit self-absorbed. I like some of the comments I saw in the chat room. That makes me feel really nice. Mr. DB Cooper 77 says, this is my therapy. This coming here every night or whenever. That's really nice. I hope so. You hear people say, I hope I can change just one person's life. I hope I can change thousands. I think the message is strong. I don't think this message we give here on GoofOn is one of hate, is one of anything but just getting to the bottom of things, really. And so what? You can't have a good time on the way? You can't make people laugh? You can't... Look at these guys who do those what are those guys called on the church-going guys? What are they called? Well, you know what I mean. The charlatans. No, you know what I mean. Yeah, but those guys, they're preaching, talking about all the millions of dollars they have and how you need to give money to Jesus. And why do people do it? Because it makes them feel good. That's all that matters. That's what life is about. When you think of, I never would have thought of this 5 years ago, 2 years ago. No, 2 years ago I think I would have. Yeah, you know what I've always thought? I got to take that back. I'm retracting what I just said. I always said that. Why not have a good time in life? When I was in school, I was the class clown. And I guess that's a bad term because my comedy is unmatched. Geography, forget about it. Mrs. Eishen, oh, I made her laugh. It's all about having a good time. And people would call me weird. You're so weird. But they didn't mean it in like you're a weirdo. And I would ask them, what do you mean I'm weird? You're just weird. That's all they would say. And I never got a true answer. And you see a portion of that, you know. You know what was weird about me? We had staring contests on the way to school on the bus. Who would blink first? And I came up with the game. Weird? No, it's fun. But because I made myself cry, you know, the tears start running down your face after 20 minutes of not blinking. And then you're wiping your eyes and all you hear is, "You're so weird, Rich." I guess I kind of liked it. I didn't care what people thought. I felt good. That's what life is about, feeling good. It is, but you know, the thing about life is it's very difficult and people make lives hard on purpose, and I don't think that's right. And that bothers me in this field. So that's why I'm agitated a lot. I'm agitated for the greater good, not for me. It's for everybody. And I'm glad that some people... I had somebody tell me that they don't tell anybody they listen to my show, but it's their guilty pleasure on the way to work. So they would listen to the previous night's show on Monday morning when I did them Sundays. And this came from somebody who hated listening but was curious, you know? And that's all it's about. What are we talking about? What's so different over here? Why are people listening to this stuff? It's garbage. Then they find out there's a method to the madness. It's about having a good time. I believe GoofOn should be the greatest UFO network, and maybe someday it is, or it will be. Freudian slip there. But, you know, like I said, after the dog died, it all changed for me. Just saying that, those words, the dog died, I get emotional. It sucks. All right. Anyway, near-death experiences are a trip. I think they're an accident. But once you tap into the near-death world, the afterlife, I think they have to give you a message to go back with. Whether you hear a voice or you see something or you just get a feeling, that's what you're bringing back with you. And that's why I never ever wanted to keep my experience. Maybe it was a dream. I felt I had a heart attack in my sleep, and I died. Because for 10 days to 2 weeks, I felt like shit. And I did for a very long time. I think something happened. So if I had a near-death experience, maybe I lost consciousness while I was sleeping and didn't have enough oxygen going to my brain, it changed me for the better. It prepared me. I don't need to worry about death. Nobody does. It seriously is the afterlife. I believe that. And I remember when I remember thinking this, and I remember I said, this is what it's like to die. And I was looking all around. I didn't see anybody I knew. All I saw was silhouettes of people lined up, and I wish I could draw it, but it was all outlines of silhouettes of people that I felt like were a part of my life. Like that, and it was a long hallway. I could barely see in front of me, but it looked like it could have been a row. It was just a light, and then rows of silhouettes of people on either side. And as soon as I felt like I detached from the world, and I was almost to the other side, changed, went right back in. Nobody said anything. It was just a feeling like, nope. And when I got close to the pillow, and I'm getting ready, and I'm like, and I remember when I was being pushed down, going back down to the bed, it was a slow descent, and I said, I'm not being thrown back into my body like people said. I was like thinking all these things. This isn't what near death going. I was slammed back into my body, you hear people say. Well, not me. I was gently pushed, just like you should gently push the like button. And if you haven't done it, just do it. It helps the algorithm for the show. Trust me, I know. I know. I mean, I didn't. I'm learning. But it's true. All right, enough of that near-death stuff. God, I could talk about that all day. You know? You want to say we're in a paradigm shift. Go ahead, if it makes you feel good. I don't believe it. If we were in a UFO paradigm shift where disclosure is right around the corner, it sure is taking a very long time because I've been hearing it since 2004. Which is why I'm so soured on hearing people say, this is it. Man, disclosure is right around the corner. No, it is not. It is so far not around the corner. It is the opposite. And it's an illusion. People think they're seeing UFOs. Nope, balloon. Tim McShillen showed us that. It's an illusion. This whole field is an illusion. But I figured if I'm going to be in this illusion, we're going to have a good time. I think I know. All right, one Mandela effect. Just to change stuff up. Trying not to swear. Just to change it up. One Mandela effect. See if you can get it. I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to play it straight through. In 3, 2, go.
Let's do Frosted Flakes. Do you remember Tony the Tiger's nose? Was it black or blue? Are you keeping track of your score?
It's black.
The answer is blue.
No!
How about Febreze?
I can't believe it was blue. I could have sworn it was black. All right, let's do Febreze.
How do you remember it being spelled? Is it Febreze?
I don't know.
With
I think
two
it's
E's
this
in the
one.
middle, or Febreze with one E in the middle?
One E.
The answer is Febreze
Yeah.
with one E in the middle.
It's called advertising. They change things up to get you thinking. That's all. Man, I can't believe I got Tony the Tiger wrong. I thought it was a black nose. Wonder why. It really does frustrate me. This Mandela effect. Here we go. It wasn't. I really thought it was black. Now that I look at the blue, I really don't remember the blue nose at all. You'd think because you'd look right at them. They're great. You'd look right at them. Makes me angry. Stewart said black, black. It is black. Black, 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 black. It's frustrating. Oh, here's Mojo. Oh, let's go to Mojo and take a few more looks at. I didn't think I'd want to talk about Mandela, but one thing.
What is real?
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor.
This much is true. But that well-known opening line, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood," not so much. Although it doesn't scan quite as well, it's actually a beautiful day in this neighborhood. But how did we all miss this when we've heard the song so many...
Because you know somebody who said it wrong, or it was on a TV show, like Saturday Night Live, and they messed it up. That's the Mandela effect. Accidental misprints, subliminal stuff, and it's bad memories.
Many times in our youth.
It's one hell of a day in my neighborhood. A hell of a day for a neighbor.
It could be worse, we suppose. It's not like he was wearing leather jackets instead of cardigan sweaters this whole time. Number 19, Fruit of the Loom's logo. Fruit of the Loom is a clothing company renowned the world over. Its logo is similarly famous, showing fruit spilling out of a cornucopia. Or at least that's what many of us remember it as being. In fact, the logo doesn't contain a cornucopia at all. Okay, so maybe an old logo has it, right? Nope. Versions of the logo dating back over 100 years lack the cornucopia too. So why do so many people associate a cornucopia with Fruit of the Loom? Even parodies and references to the Fruit of the Loom logo contain cornucopias, but not the genuine art.
Well, thank you, Isaac Kenny, for the $5 super chat. He says, usually miss these in Australia. Good to catch you, Rich. Well, thank you, my friend, for the $5 super chat. Very generoso of you as well. You guys are incredible. Whoa. What time is it now? Where's the show? Okay, I got to remember that. Where's my pen? 8:50. Thank you very much. All right, so Mandela, we're done, right? No more Mandela tonight. I can't handle it. I can't. I won't. I shan't. I have a nice surprise at the end of the show tonight. A very nice surprise. It's a Christmas present. I'll show you when I'm done at the end of the night. It's pretty nice, actually. Let's just say, I was happy. I was on Dr. J Radio Live before tonight's show. Okay? John and I had a nice discussion for about an hour and a half. And one of them was talking about Antarctica and Richard Byrd, and he was the one, what is it, Project Super Jump? What is it? Jump? What is it? Something Jump? Anyway, what is it? Here, what is it called? What is the... Well, here's a live recording of Richard Byrd, the Admiral Richard Byrd, who was at war with aliens, maybe Nazi aliens at Antarctica. For real. The guy was on television talking about it. How's that even possible? They put this guy on TV talking about flying over Antarctica and seeing and battling UFOs with Nazis, with swastikas on the ships. I don't know. I just don't high jump. Thank you, Anon. The News Magazine proudly presents an exclusive talk by Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd, made expressly for the students of America and illustrated by films of this historic expeditions to the North and South Poles. Next! I said next!
The year is 1930. In New York Harbor, an escorting Armada of Honor clusters about a battered, weather-beaten bark, home from an historic exploration of the Antarctic. Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd is in command. First man to conquer the North and South Poles by air. Millions of New Yorkers turned out in a thrilling tribute to the daring explorer, whose achievements had won the admiration and acclaim of the entire world.
They had ticker tape parades for people that went to the North and South Pole. Isn't that crazy? They discovered new land. Yay, they didn't die.
23 years after he rode in triumph up Broadway, Admiral Byrd speaks to the students of America.
Friggin' celebrity.
Greetings to you, my young friends.
What's up, Dick?
I am glad for this chance to tell you something about the top of the world, and perhaps about something about the bottom of the world, too. The North Polar Sea is surrounded by frozen continents. The Antarctic continent is surrounded by frozen seas. The south, the bottom of the world, is considerably colder than the top of the world. The south is as cold as people think the north is. Why did we explore? Why did we go?
That's because cold air drops, right? So it dropped to the bottom of the globe. I'm joking.
Go to the top of the world. As long as there remains anything unknown on the face of this earth we live on, man is going to go after it to try to find out what it is, to attempt to conquer it, and to learn how to live in it. Little did I think, when we flew to the North Pole in 1926, this area, the contiguous islands and waters to our flight to the pole, would become one of the most important strategic areas.
Hey, they've only been flying about 20 years. 1908 they flew, right? 1908, 1828, all right, maybe 25, 30 years. Of course they're throwing their hats up in the air. That's an exciting time. Taking off? Forget about it. I have a question. Oh, well, I'll first tell you something. Did you know 70% of the landmass of the Earth is above the equator on the north side? 70%. And 70% of the Earth is water. I would like to take the globe and flip it upside down and have it opposite. Has anyone ever done a study or a computer thing on that to see how the weather would affect our continents if it was reversed? Food for thought.
On the face of the earth.
Below is the actual North Pole, the top of the world. The plane returns after anxious hours to the expedition's base at Spitsbergen. In 16 hours, the flight had accomplished what Perry's heroic sled journey had taken more than a year to do.
What's up, dude guy?
Admiral Byrd and pilot Floyd Bennett had
Reasons
blazed an aerial
deranged.
trail across the Arctic.
I myself think we have a good chance to avoid war. But if we, unfortunately, God forbid, do have a war, much of it will be fought across the top of the world, across the pole. It is very important that we get prepared to fight in the bitter cold and to utilize mechanized units there and to have bases near the pole, because it's close and has strategic position with reference to our potential enemy. As the world continues to shrink with an ever-increasing acceleration, the northern areas will become important for human habitation. It's becoming warmer up there. I believe myself the whole world is becoming warmer. Now, why is the South Pole important? Why do we go down there? It is because the bottom of the world...
Oh, wait, why? Let's find out why.
Well, is an untouched reservoir.
It's an untouched reservoir. That's how they said reservoir back in the old days.
Is an untouched reservoir.
It's a reservoir.
Reservoir. Untouched reservoir. Well, is an untouched reservoir. Untouched reservoir. Untouched reservoir.
I can't stop. Ugh. See, why can't you just have a good time? So the guy actually fought Nazi aliens. Can you imagine? He came back with the story and talked about it. Do you think they would do anything like that now? Mr. Musk, when you were up on Mars, did you see any, how should we say, aliens? Actually, as a matter of fact, he would never get the word out. He'd be taken out faster than a virgin on prom night. I don't know what that means. Okay, guess what time it is? It's time for the UFO fortune cookie. Do we have any music for this one? We do. Well, let's hear it. Oh, here it is. All right, let's do, how about this one? This one's new. Is this the new one? This is it. This is kind of cool. UFO fortune cookie. Brought to you by Goof On Productions and fortune cookies from around the world, and Panda Express for allowing us to have a fortune cookie or two every time we eat there. So I thought tonight would be great to do it. So here we go. Now, the way it works, I am going to put my cursor over the chat room. I'll show it up. Hold on. I will do this. Can we get Byrd out of here? Why does he have to be here? We're going to do this. And then I'm not going to watch, but I know the motion, and then I'm going to stop. And then if I stop right here, it goes to Sloan Hobbit. And now you're going to get the fortune of the day. Ready? And we're going to make these cookies relatable to ufology. 3, 2, go. I'm not watching. Oh, so you can see me. Hold on. Well, now you don't know if I'm cheating. Here we go. I think I'm on top of it. Am I on top of it? I hope I am. 3, 2, 1. Nicole Sakic. That's the closest one. Ha ha ha. This is going to be great. All right, Nicole. Welcome to the show. You just got here in time. Now, I've got the remaining fortune cookies. I've got 12 left till the end of the year. And I'm going to throw these all up in the air and catch one of them. That's the one I'm going to read. This way there's no cheating. Ready? Got one. I feel that laser beam. Can you turn that laser beam down? Just a little bit. It's a little loud. No. The volume. Thank you. I feel the heat on my neck. All right, Nicole, this is for you. Now, I eat the cookie first to get it assimilated with my energy. This is a real fortune cookie from Panda. My God, that's a hard one. Pretty good. Better than the one yesterday. Getting a little mealy. Whoops. These are really hard. I can't believe people are watching me eat. I'll wash it down with a little coffee I got left. I've got the holiday mugs out. Yesterday I had, what was it? The snowman. Oh, ooh. No. All right, Nicole. I see a $5 to $4.99 super chat from Mr. DB Cooper that says, "Cookie never lie. Cookie no lie." Here it is. Your future looks bright. Can you see? Come on, camera. Sounds like I'm saying Grand Camera. Well, that's what it says. There we go. Your future looks bright. Trust me, it says it. So what does that mean for ufology? Well, it means you're lining up with the right people at the right time in the right day and age. Just don't go too far left. Oh! Gosh! Ooh. All right, let's go. Now that was good content for 6 minutes. You don't get that at Jimmy Church. You don't get that at the Grand Cameron Show, White House. You don't get this. You don't get to feel good. All you get is logic and common sense on those shows. Hey, we're going to go spaced out radio? Huh? Somewhere in the skies? Is that where you're going to go? Somewhere in the skies, you'll get one of these. No, not the dick, the other one. No, not that dick, this dick. You gonna listen to Crying Ryan? Huh? Maybe you wanna... what? What is she? Are you kidding? Is this not on? It's not on, is it? You can't see it. You can? You can. Oh, I didn't think you guys could see that. No, wrong button. What do I pay you for? Oh, where you going? Where you going? Come on, I was just kidding. Come on, honey. What you gonna do, fly away? Fly, pelican. Fly. Where you gonna go, huh? You got nothing without me. What are we doing tonight? Hey, Nicole Sackich for $5. She says, that's awesome. The green heart. I don't know. What is that? A ring? Oh. All right. Oh, it's Dizzy. Dizzy. I see it. Thank you, Nicole, for the $5 super chat. That was very generoso of you as well. And as you may know, it goes right back into the machine. See, this is the machine. Right here. It's the computer. The machine. That's what I'm pointing at. Right here. Capiche? Goes right back into the machine. Come on, don't be a dick. All right? That's all. Thank you, Nicole. Wreaking Havoc 215 is asking, if you sold meatballs, I would buy them. How dare you assume I would sell my mother's meatballs? I would just give them to you. Come on, we're all family here, guy. My guy. That's the one thing we have over here. We have a no my guy talk. You can't say, hey, my guy. You get banned for that shit. I've seen people get banned for much worse. All right, Richard Byrd. You believe this guy's story or what? Me too. So, did you know there's a Mandela effect about Ted Bundy? That he escaped prison twice and then got married, had kids, and then he got caught again? That's a Mandela effect. No joke. So people when he went away, he never escaped prison, this guy says. I grew up 5 miles from where I left the body of the last victim, 12-year girl. I followed him. He never escaped prison, 100%. But let's watch a little bit of this, huh? This comes from Recall Vector.
Grew up 5 miles from where he left the body of his last victim, 12-year-old girl. I followed him. He never escaped prison.
Gotta stop it. Can't play that music. How is he able to play that music? Because he's not monetized.
Well, I'm not 100.
Yeah, I'm not going to play The Doors. Anyway, I told you the story, and that takes care of that. Well, let's get back to... all right, one more thing. This is a 2-minute, 3-minute video. So the state of the world, you would have to say, is in a little bit of disarray, right? A little bit. I told you we were going to talk about a lot of different things tonight. This just came from somebody who lives up in Seattle. And they sent it to me. Who was it? It was Jeff. Oh, Jeff Willis sent this to me. He's from Seattle. So I guess he's following that a judge denies request to stop the cleanup of Seattle's Cal Anderson Park. Are you aware of what's going on over there in Seattle? In this whole Northwest region?
People have taken over an abandoned home in Seattle and say they won't leave until their demands are met. This is connected to the homeless sweep yesterday at Cal Anderson Park. Ted Land joins us now live near the park. And Ted, several speakers, it sounds like, lashed out against businesses, banks, capitalism, politics, and more. This was just moments ago.
Yeah, that's right. They had a lot to say, but their main demands are that the city stop its sweeps of homeless camps and provide housing, permanent housing for anybody who needs them. They say this occupation is in response to what's been happening here at Cal Anderson Park here this week. The city trying to move in and clear out the tents, the people who have been living here in this park for months.
Almost got me. Got me for 2 sentences. I said, all right, there's not much else they're going to... You know the story in Seattle. I don't want to weigh you down with that stuff. Let's get back to work. All right? Are fallen angels demons? Did we talk about this yet? We did yesterday, right? Yeah, we did. So the hallowed earth. I know I have a video on it. Where is it? No. You want to hear what happened with Kenneth Pass? This is funny. So Kenneth Pass, you know, he was on Dark Hour Paranormal. Third Phase of Moon. Got contacted by this guy who saw the Christopher Peters video about, you know, people with these magical powers that can create orbs out of thin air. Well, he had this story of being abducted with 7 other students, and they went on what's called the 50-mile hike, and him and them, they all got abducted, supposedly, but Kenneth Pass time traveled, said he's our grandfather, we must call him grandfather, yada, 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 bullshit. So, during his appearance on Dark Hour Paranormal, I was very nice. I said, great. Good stuff. This guy's coming out, talking. I mean, he's putting his face out there. Kudos to him. And then I wake up the next day. Well, after the show, he says, show tomorrow? Because he was supposed to come on my show, but I didn't see the message. So when I woke up the next morning, I see there was another message from him with a... what do you call it? A link to Facebook story. Okay? And it says, oh, now it's gone. It says, I don't hang out with people who make fun of a child that died. Because he says he died. And then went back in time, died before he was born, ascended, went back forward in time, rejoined the body that he left when he died. And, well, anyway, he didn't die. And I didn't make fun of any people, any kid dying. So I messaged him and I said, what did I say? Oh, yeah, I said, I acted like it was no big deal that he said that because I still wanted him on the show. And I said, we're going to have to reschedule, my friend. It's my father's birthday, as I stated the other day. And da-da-da-da-da. And then I said, I don't make fun of children. If that child is now an adult and says things in a condescending tone, because he was very condescending on Dark Hour Paranormal. Very, very do what I say type of shit, you know? I know everything, you are nothing. You are a peon, I am a god. Call me grandfather. And then I said, let the chips fall, as they say. I said, I'm a comedian by true nature. Talk soon. And then he blocks me. Today, I see a message from him. I'm like, wait, I thought I was blocked. And he says, be nice to me. Been through more than anyone can comprehend. Aggravated at stuff. Then he tells me, be respectful. Right here. And I said, dude, I am nice to you. All I did was be nice to you. All I did was say nice things, but your ego got the best of you. I'm nice to nice people. You said I made fun of children, a child dying. Fuck that shit. And he said, yeah, me. Like he died. And then I said, I didn't say anything like that. Then he says, let's just forget it. And I said, didn't say one fucking word that was mean. And then I said after that, I've already forgotten it. What? No apology? Pfft. So I blocked him. He didn't even apologize for being a dick. Not an apology. Let's just forget it, okay? I could have been there. I could have taken the upper road, right? The high road, they call it. I'm not falling for passive-aggressive bullshit. I've been in relationships with women before that do that. Well, men do it too. I'm not saying women are that way. Get it out. I've been in relationships like that. Hell, you want to hear even one better? I was passive-aggressive, all right? There, I said it. It was me. It was all me. I'm just saying, relationships I've been in with people, I know the passive-aggressive attitude. You're not going to block me and then come back and not apologize. Tell me you got problems. We all got problems. Everybody's got them. Everybody's got them. It's what you do with those problems is entirely up to you. Anyway, I put an end. I just can't. I don't have time for that. I only had that much time, I guess, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to have this back and forth, and then he's going to try to make me feel guilty by telling me other things that happened to him. You don't understand. God doesn't want to talk to me right now. No shit. I haven't heard from him ever. Yeah, but you don't understand. I'm 20 million years old. Ha! So you're more important than I am. Anyway, that's that. Thought it was funny. Unblocked me just to try to get back in good graces with me? Are you kidding? You apologized first. I didn't even give him a chance after I said, what, no apology? I just cut him off. First thing you should be doing is apologizing. Hey, I'm real sorry about being a dick. I saw what you said on your show last night. You're right. You didn't say anything mean. I'm just having a hard time right now. But you're a 20 million year old dude. You should have all your T's and crossed and your I's dotted by now. How do you not figure out life in 20 million years? I figured it out. Took me 50 years. Took me 50 years to figure it out. I still don't follow it. I still don't act like I figured it out, but I figured it out. As best I could. Anyway, I don't know. It's just, I just feel dirty. Inside Earth. So I saw this article, and I don't know where it went. I think maybe this is it. It is. I found it. Scientists detect unexpected widespread structures near Earth's core. From the University of Maryland, a new study has produced the first analysis of seismic echoes from hundreds of earthquakes at once, revealing widespread structures. Yes, this is about 6 months old, this story, I think. 5 months. But we never talked about it. Revealing widespread structures at the core mantle boundary. Previous studies were limited to analysis on single earthquakes, providing only a narrow window into the structure deep inside the Earth. This study enables a much wider view than ever before, revealing new, unexpected features and expanding the size of a previously known feature beneath Hawaii. Wow. I won't kinda me. I know you wanna lay me. University of Maryland geophysicists analyzed thousands of recordings of seismic waves, sound waves traveling through the Earth, to identify echoes from the boundary between Earth's molten core and the solid mantle layer above it. The echoes revealed more widespread, heterogeneous, what is that? Heterogeneous structures. Area of unusually dense hot rock at the core mantle boundary than previously known. COVID. Now, scientists are unsure of the composition of these structures, and previous studies have provided only a limited view of them. Better understanding their shape and extent can help reveal the geologic process happening deep inside the Earth. This knowledge may provide clues to the workings of plate tectonics and the evolution of our planet. The new research provides the first comprehensive view of the core mantle boundary over a wide area with such detailed resolution. The study was published in the June 12, 2020 issue of the journal Science. They focused on echoes of seismic waves traveling beneath the Pacific Ocean basin. Their analysis revealed a previously unknown structure beneath the volcanic Marquesas Islands in the South Pacific, and showed that the structure beneath the Hawaiian Islands is much larger than previously known. By looking at thousands of core mantle boundary echoes at once, instead of focusing on a few at a time, and is usually done, we have gotten a totally new perspective. This is showing us that the core mantle boundary region has lots of structures that can produce these echoes. And that was something we didn't realize before because we only had a narrow view. They said the same thing 3 effing times already. Get me more information. I'm tired of reading the same. It's like remaking Superman over and over again. All right, comes from Krypton. They sent him to Earth. He got real strong. Got it. No, but in this movie, he kisses Lois Lane. Oh, in this movie, he saves her life. Oh no, same movie. They found that the large patch of very dense hot material at the core mantle boundary beneath the Hawaiian produced uniquely loud echoes, indicating that it's even larger than previous estimates. Known as ultra-low velocity zones, the ULVs, Such patches are found at the roots of volcanic plumes, where hot rock rises from the core mantle boundary region to produce volcanic islands. What would they write this for? Like 3rd grade? Yeah, we get it. We were surprised to find such a big feature beneath the Marquises. Got it. We didn't even know that existed before. We know. This is really exciting. No shit. Because it shows how the sequencer algorithm can help us to contextualize seismogram data across the globe in a way we couldn't before. That was the lamest article I think I've ever read from Science Daily. That blows. They could have done it in 3 sentences. We found, with multiple earthquake, seismic activity, all that stuff, instead of looking at 1 or 2, we're going to put hundreds together. Wow, what brainchild thought of this idea? I thought you were already doing that. I thought they were doing that. I'm looking at the chat room. What's going on in there? Huh? What? What are you talking about? I don't care. I used to get mad. I used to get like, they don't even care about what I'm talking about. They're having their own conversation in the chat room. I used to think this, and it used to drive me crazy. I'm like, why am I even doing a show? Why don't I just turn on the camera and just sit there like this? That's what I used to think. I don't think that anymore. Do you know why? Do you know what the real reason the U.S. government is so secretive about UFOs? Does anybody know? Maybe. Very good. It could be a threat. Yeah, Could be from another world. Very good. Very good. You guys are really on top of it. Well, this is today. Where is this from? What is this? News alerts? It's from Tom Rogan, Joe Rogan's baby brother. 2 years ago Sunday, God, it's already been 2 years, the New York Times broke the stunning story of a secret Pentagon program to study unidentified flying objects. What? Oh, well, I didn't think anybody cared. You still want to talk about the inner Earth or what? Do we care? I didn't think anybody cared about inner Earth. I don't have anything. I don't want to. We're done. There's nothing there. There's nothing in the inner Earth. It's just molten rock, aliens and all that. It's all made up. People want... No, I don't know. I just got off base real quick. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not in the mood anymore. They get it. You guys know what's in the Earth, right? You know what Hollow Earth is all about. Do I really need... There's no new news. There's no new news on Hollow Earth. Same with the Flat Earth. No new news. The only thing Flat Earthers have left to do is prove it. Get a picture of the Flat Earth, you yahoos. Show me something I haven't seen. I'll be interested. Right? You know what I mean? Well, that 2 years ago Sunday, the Pentagon said they were unidentified objects. That story led me to delve into the strange world. I've learned some interesting stuff about UFOs, UAPs as the Pentagon refers them, since then. But there's one problem. The United States government makes it very hard to figure out what and where UFO-related stuff is going on. Do you need me to hold your hand to tell you where? Is that because the government is behind some great conspiracy to cover up the proof of alien visitation to Earth? Is it because the government is in cahoots with alien species to create human-like alien... Human? No human-alien hybrids? Perhaps, but I suspect not. What I believe is really going on here is that a few individuals in the U.S. government who know about this issue believe the phenomena might be a threat, and that they don't know how to deal with it. So who informs the government's fear? Well, first off, the nuclear issue. If you ask the Pentagon representative about a specific UFO incident, as I did most recently last week, you'll get a boring response like, our aviators train as they fight. Any intrusions that may compromise the security of our operations, tactics, or procedures is of great concern. As the investigation of unidentified aerial phenomena sightings is ongoing, we will not discuss individual sightings reports or observations. By aviators, the Pentagon is referencing the particular frequency with which UFOs tend to interact with U.S. naval aviators operating off aircraft carriers. But what the Pentagon is leaving out is why those UFOs tend to run into those naval aviators. And that cuts to the heart of why the Pentagon is concerned about UFOs. What? UFOs tend to run into those naval aviators. You are assholes. Do you know why? Does anybody want to take an effing reason why the UFOs do that? Run into the airplanes? Because in the past, we shot at them. We've launched at them. We wanted to take them down and do our stuff, do your thing. That's who we are. So of course they're going to want to, hey, give this airplane a bump, tell them to stay out of our friggin' airspace type of deal. That's what they did. That's what the UFOs did. They bumped these planes like, look, we don't like being shot at. Stop it. But I'm just a passenger jet. I ain't got no guns. I don't care. Tell the story. Let everybody else know that a UFO bumped into your plane. Because of what now? Why'd you bump into my plane? These humans are so stupid. Because the government's assessment, though they won't admit it, is that the UFOs are popping up near the aircraft carriers due to those carriers being nuclear powered. Note also that UFOs also like to pop up near nuclear submarines and Air Force nuclear weapon bases. Now recognize that this paradigm, there's that stupid word, it's been occurring since the Manhattan Project operations at Los Alamos, New Mexico, and also at nuclear sites in the Soviet Union and Russia. Mother Russia. Hatui on US. Oh, and Robert Hastings documents, these UFOs have sometimes even temporarily shut down U.S. nuclear weapon systems. Interesting, right? Now, recall what I just said. The modern UFO phenomena really gets going at exactly the same time as the Manhattan Project. Has humanity's perfection of nuclear energy piqued someone or something's curiosity in us? Hey, don't get me wrong. This isn't to say that these UFOs are hostile, although it may be noted that the diverging shapes, behaviors, and capability patterns of UFOs suggest more than one originating source. On the contrary, UFOs appear to be quite friendly, except when, rather ill-advised Russian air crews attempt to engage them, shoot them down, take them out of the sky. But pretend you're a senior military or intelligence officer. I said this the other day. Just imagine you're them. You see the nuclear connection point, and you're struck by something odd going on. Now, add to the nuclear issue that some UFOs are intelligently operating machines capable of instantaneously reaching hypersonic speeds. Oh, and that they're also anti-gravity and invisibility capable. And they've been tracked moving in and out of Earth's orbit, the atmosphere, and underwater. Suddenly, you have something that is making the U.S. military's most advanced capabilities and those of every other military on Earth look like an absurd joke in comparison. See, I don't look at it that way. That's the ego talking, Lou. That's ego Lou. Elizondo. Remember, this is how the military thinks. You're left with an unpleasant conclusion. If whatever is controlling these things intends harm, we don't have a chance. Right. We don't. We never have. We never will. Because you're not smart enough. The aliens will see it coming. And guess what? If they see it coming, they'll just go back in time and make it undone. So again, put yourself in the military officer's shoes. Something has repeatedly shown it can easily find carrier strike groups, which are designed and operated to be hidden in the far oceans, and to find nuclear ballistic missile submarines running near totally silent, deep in the water. Something can penetrate the most securely guarded areas of the most important areas in the U.S. military and render our most critical deterrent platforms improbable. For Pentagon planners, this is Armageddon level stuff. But the truth is clear. If it wanted to, they could defeat America without raising a sweat. The extension is that even if the U.S. government believes, as it does, that these UFOs aren't Chinese or Russian, publicizing the issue itself risks another danger. Namely, that if the U.S. shares what it knows about UFOs, China or Russia, the Russian government has long been very interested in UFOs, they might learn enough to replicate the associated technologies behind UFOs for themselves. And seeing as though those technologies are almost certainly built around space-time manipulation, if Beijing or Moscow figures it out before the U.S. does, we have a rather large problem. So what? We have one anyway. It's only a threat if you want it to be. Why can't they just be friendly? You know what you need to do? Take down all the missiles, everybody. Why don't they do that? Why don't the aliens just do that? Dismantle all weapons on the globe. In China, they would be like, and then U.S., it would be like, what happened? Who turned off all the missiles? In Japan, it'd be, I don't know what they say over there. I really shouldn't be doing Japan or Japanese, but I did. This isn't to say that the U.S. government is sitting idle. No, it doesn't. Whatever one thinks about the claims of those, such as Bob Lazar, who says he worked on crashed UFOs at 51. Crashed UFOs? I thought, didn't he talk about them being archaeological digs? They found them at an archaeological dig site? No? Civilian and military government agencies retain active programs to ascertain the source, capabilities, and intent of UFOs. Indeed, at least some material from crashed UFOs is in U.S. government possession. COVID. Just don't count on the military to share more of what it knows anytime soon, guys. Their understanding of the phenomena and professional instincts weigh heavily toward more secrecy than ever before. They're never going to tell us anything. They're going to hold their lips forever. We will never know. I'm telling you. President Trump, we talked about this on Dr. J today. Do you think that they would be briefed? Apparently. President Trump has admitted he's been briefed on UFOs. George Bush, Barack Obama, they were likely briefed, if that's true. Interestingly, if you ask Barack or George Bush on whether they had gotten inside information, they just instantly make a joke about it. There's no reason to scare people. And spilling the guts, now admitting that your government's been lying to you for 72 years, where does it leave us? I mean, UFOs keep popping up. And if they can cloak like a lot of people think they can, there's only one obvious answer as to why they let themselves be seen, by the way. We talked about that. Because they want to be seen. They want us to see them. I believe that. Because there was a time, I'm sure. Was there a time when UFOs were never seen? I think we've seen them all the way back for thousands of years on rock art, the petroglyphs, cave paintings. And what about the little things they found, someone's tomb in Egypt of the little airplane? And it flew. They made it an up to scale replication of those things, and the airplane flew rather well. And they were amazed by it. I looking at that, I could have told you that thing was going to fly perfectly, you yahoos. You reproduce it. What do we got here? What's going on? UFOs in Yellowstone. Oh, this is a nice little story. All right, let's have some fun. This is a very educational story, by the way. We talked about this on Dr. J. Not exactly. Hold on, let me get it over to people. Start playing it. Can I play this whole thing? Probably not. Is this, the guy sees these objects in the sky. I'll skip forward a little bit. Here we go. Let me put it up here for you. In 3, 2, and gush.
They flying everywhere. They flying in a house. They get in a dinner plate. They get in your bed. They fly way up to the sky. And one day we noticed that some cotton balls in the sky not moving. And by naked eye, just look like a cotton ball. But when we look closer with binoculars, we notice that they some kind of objects, and they came in formation of 5.
And we're gonna try to zoom in. Not sure if I'm getting it. It's on top of on top of this. Oh, right there. Yeah, one there. Very hard to see is another two. And four of them like that. This one is easy to spot because it's on top of the mountain.
So probably for most of the day we were so excited. We like, wow, aliens came to visit Yellowstone. And we were filming, documenting, recording everything. But then Nini says, goodness gracious, people, stop dreaming. These are not aliens, these are not UFO, these are Google helium balloons. And they're designed to provide
Are you kidding
Wi-Fi
me?
internet to remote areas.
This is bullshit.
And the project, the Google project called Loon. And the most probably interesting thing that you can track those balloons on a flight app, on a regular flight, airplane flight app.
Can you believe it? I can't believe they're Google balloons. I don't know what he's doing with that. Pretty cats. Aww. How can you not appreciate that story? Look at the beautiful kitties. Cats are cool. Cats are people too. So Google balloons. Now that guy looked it up. He didn't freak out. He didn't go all over the internet and saying I captured UFOs without looking into what it might be. Congratulations to a job well done and rarely seen. He could have went a long way with that story. But you know what? Somebody would have debunked it. They would have figured out, where was this? Did you say Yellowstone? Then they would have looked up every single thing that has to do with satellites and all that stuff. Interesting story. Very good learning experience, by the way. I was impressed because it looked interesting. It looked like a UFO. All right. So, all right, I'll scare you at the end of the show. So, again, our friend Ryan. No. No, 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 no. No. Not crying, Ryan. No. No, it's not him. There you go. But it's not this Ryan. It's the other one. Can you show me that one? There, that's the one. He had a post today on Twitter. He's trying. I see this guy detaching from Twitter UFO group and going solo. I think Ryan here, aka UFO Jesus, has figured it out. That his friends are idiots. The UFO Twitter group. Not because of this tweet. I'm just watching. I see him. He's learning. I'm going to show you his tweet here. That's what I was supposed to do. Here it is. Nothing really magical. But he says, is it up there? Did I put it up? No. Stupid. Guys, I am hearing somebody else. What is going on? Oh my God, coming up next. Are you kidding me? Gina Marie Colvin Hill is next. So post-disclosure world, Ryan, aka UFO Jesus, skepticism's vital with UFOs. Nevertheless, not all skeptics are equal. Some are debunkers, clinging to preconceived notions and seeing everything through those lenses. The pursuit of truth is what's most important, regardless where you fall in the spectrum of giving UFOs credence. That's exactly how I felt. All right, we got Nut Job over here. Gina Maria Colvin Hill, the nuttiest nut of all. Yeah, Slady's out of her freaking mind. What is this, another UFO?
Had an eruption, and they said particles, and a particle event occurred. Well, it just so happened when the eruption occurred,
where
the things that they dismiss as particles, they
sun.
just so happen to be all the same sizes, and they all, they can line themselves up like this, okay? I think that these were UFOs that they dismissed as a particle event, and if we are to look at them in the inverted mode, you'll see that they are all the same size. And I will say this too, and when a volcano explodes, it has all different size of rocks and all different weights coming out of it. But look at this, you all.
I like this. 93 million miles away. And she's positive those are UFOs. Look, I thought this was going to be a different Mary Colville thing. Could be UFOs at the sun. Could be. We see them all the time. We get them from Mary Hall. I hope she's still sending them, even though there's only so much I can post, you know? You need to have that shock value, something that's mind-blowing like this. That is weird. I've never seen an explosion or a corona ejection or whatever this is from the sun leave this type of debris. It's kind of interesting. Look at all that.
Particle event occurred. Well, it just so happened when the eruption occurred, the things that they dismissed.
Come on. We all know that that's not UFOs. Let's get over it. The Destination Nowhere channel, just type it in Google. It'll give you the answer right away. Want me to do it for you? Destination Nowhere? Anytime I have a question, I go to Google. Encore TV. Gotcha. All right? It's on Encore. We'll take care of you here. You want answers? We got them for you. Destination Nowhere. It's a song. Official music. But here you can see it's Encore TV. Okay? Thought I'd help you out. That's it. Encore. What's that? Well, this is TVB USA, but it's on Encore. It's right here. It says right here. Top left. All right? So that's what we're here for you. We're here for you. It's not about me. That's it. One more thing before we go. And then the surprise for tonight. Yeah? You okay with that? What is this? I'm not going to play the clearest images of Pluto. All right, one last thing. Now, I don't know anything about what's going on with the vaccine. Oh, they removed it. It's gone. It was about, in 1918, people who took the vaccine for the Spanish flu died from it. They took it off, this was from Facebook. They took it off Facebook? Can you believe this world we're living in? You can't even post history anymore. It's history. You can't post it. No history. No truth. Okay? All right, that's what I thought. Hold on, I'm looking at something here. What is this?
Edition.
I'm not going to play this on the show. I can't play this. I'll get shut down. But there's a supposed war against China. That's going to happen. I mean, people are really talking about it like it's a real thing. I'm not a fearmongerer, but I can't post that. I want to, but I can't. These are from people that send me stuff who listen to the show. I don't want to give names out, but they're here now. Here's a UFO video. Let's see. What is this? What is this? Oh, I have to download it? All right, let's do that. Let me see if I can get this up for you. Somebody sent me something. A UFO video. I want to make sure it's not on the screen. I never know what I'm being sent, so could be porn. All right, something's happening. I don't see anything. Oh. No, can't play that. It's not what I thought. It looks like an airplane. All right, everybody. Got some exciting visuals for you now. As you know, Alien Addict did the intro for me. Dave Scott did the narrative for me on that. Goof on Radio. And I chose the song. But we have someone named Grimwitch, whose channel is on YouTube, who does the outro for Goof On. You see it every single night. Well, I got a nice Christmas gift from Grimwitch. It's a new outro. It's updated, it's in high def, and it's kind of cool. So with that being said, I'm going to say goodnight while the new intro will start in 3, 2, go. So I want to thank everybody. You won't see it yet. Thank everybody for hanging. You want to see it first? All right, here we go. Thank you, everybody, for hanging. We'll do it this way from now on. I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight on Goof On. We will be back tomorrow, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. I got to lower that for a Friday night groundbreaking show. Oh, yeah. It's, shit. Now you know the secret. I've got one thing I want to show you before we go. It just came in. I can't. I have to. I have to show this to you because it has to do with the family. All of us here. Yeah, let me pull it up. I forgot. Hold on. This is important. Yep, hold on. This is important. This is the new trailer for... Oh, your mother's got 9 legs. I got to download it on something. Here we go. It's taking its sweet old time. Almost done. This is the trailer for all of us that are contributing to the third phase of Moon, the sister channel, you know, third phase. This is the trailer that's going up on Amazon for all of us.
Are beyond any capability that we can identify with an Earth nation, either delivery in platform, something that a military is showing, or is in development.
The world's largest UFO hunt is on.
A black triangle, white sort of indicator lights on its
all new stuff
tips coming out of the water.
UFO investigators Blake Cousins in search of off-world vehicles along with his twin brother Brent Cousins. Is there ET presence among us? In search for the truth, disclosure is happening now. The UFO Report has the largest archive of the best UFO videos from around the world. Hidden secrets waiting to be unlocked. Incredible UFO videos
I love that one.
Around the world by the public.
That's by you.
Underwater UFOs, which behave in ways that science can't explain.
If you ever wondered whether we're alone in the universe, the answer is here.
Turn the music off. Oh,
Sholo.
My God.
UFO Report, third phase of Moon. We're not alone.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad I remembered that. All right. Thank you, third phase of Moon, Brent Blake Cousins, and we are heading out of here with just a few minutes left. So let's continue our good nights. Moderators, super chatters, thank you very much. Very generoso. Also, I like to thank all the newcomers and the veterans alike. You guys really help support the show, and I appreciate that. Don't forget, we'll be here tomorrow night, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, right on GoofOn. Don't forget to go see Dark Hour Paranormal Michael, our new channel for our friend Rick Cianci at Paranormal Theory. Who else? Wreaking Havoc. Go check out his channel. And everybody else in the favorites down below on GoofOn. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Don't forget, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. You guys be safe. You like that? Look what I did. I wish I was in Hawaii. Good night, everybody. Yeah.